Praveena. Thank you so much for this invite, and I'm really glad that we are going to start this part 2. I would like to make a mention here that if any one of you want to know about me and my website, you can go to aspirationmatters.com. So I would like to start with one saying that confidence level of an organization and a person is raised with the practice of power skills. We learned it yesterday that power skills play important role in our life and it impacts our career significantly. It makes incredible change in our behavior, and I would say that it has completely different, it transforms the person from in and out. It transforms the organization in and out. Just a minute. So today's power skills continuation is with self-confidence. How power skills impacts our self-confidence and how it boosts our self-confidence. In fact, we would say that it has important role in shaping someone's confidence since childhood, and if it is taken very seriously, if the right education is given to all the stakeholders, it can impact the whole society in a very positive manner, because each and every one of us can be confident. All small children can become confident. So it is very important for all the stakeholders to take this power skills very seriously. So I would like to start like self-confidence is the key to success. Identify your self-worth and work on it. So how role of power skills in confidence building play important role? It plays important role in following ways, like it helps us to manage our emotions efficiently. Once we have gone through that whole structure of emotional intelligence, we identify our emotions, we identify the sequence and the consequences, like when and how we behave in particular situation, what kind of emotions I feel or someone feels in particular situation. It gives in and out idea of emotions of oneself and emotions of others, and it gives correct understanding of one's emotions as well as others' emotions. So once we know to handle our emotions very well, we become more efficient in handling our work, and definitely it helps in self-management as well. So when we talk about emotions, we need to know about ourselves. So our self-awareness has to be there. We need to be aware about our abilities. We need to be aware about our potential, where we become strong or where we go weak in given situation. So we need to know about our potential and abilities very well. At the same time, our values, what defines our character, what defines our values, what strengthens our ability to handle different situations. And then again is the realization of all possibilities in one's life, that is self-realization. This also comes with power skills, because see, when we go in a scientific manner, when we want to solve the problems in a scientific manner with human skill approach, definitely it gives different perspective and interpretation of the situation. When we talk about self-esteem, self-esteem plays important role in shaping our personality, because this self-esteem comes from our self-image, self-concept. So when we have positive self-image, positive self-concept, we have positive self-esteem about things, and we know that, yes, what are my abilities? What are my worth? We know our self-worth very well. So optimum self-esteem is very important to have optimum self-confidence. Here I will make a special mention why I am using optimum self-esteem. I'll give one example. You have seen a lot of managers and heads, they are very aggressive, or they lose their temperament for small things. What is the reason behind that? And people perceive them as a very confident people, and they think that the head is very confident, he has or she has high aspiration, that's why she or he loses temperament and control. Here that person lacks optimum self-esteem, and that is why that person lacks optimum self-confidence. That person has no understanding and confidence in his or her ability, that if he or she speaks in a very simple way or in an approachable way, people will listen to it and people will get motivated and they will work. They lack confidence, that's why they lose their control and they become impulsive. They go out of control and they get very aggressive with the demands. So here deliberately I have written optimum. Those people have inflated confidence. Okay, they are not, they don't have optimum confidence, they have inflated confidence, and that is why they lose temperament and they are aggressive, and they know this is the only way to get the work done. If I get angry, people will get scared and they will work. But that definitely that is very harmful for the organization, and it inhibits their creativity skills, it inhibits their experimentation skills. They don't want to experiment, they do whatever is spoken and whatever is ordered by the seniors. So that kind of organization is very suffocating for people, and whoever is working there, they are only working for the sake of money and because of their insecurity and problems, not for the because of willingness, and they are enjoying, and no one can be passionate in such organization. So I deliberately try to elaborate here. So when we have self-confidence, what happens? We learn balancing, and we develop this encouraging approach. So when we display such balancing and encouraging approach, others get motivated and they take that person as a role model, and they also learn this balancing and encouraging approach. So I would like to make a mention, as smile is infectious, happiness is infectious, such approach like balancing and encouraging approach is also very infectious, and it spreads very fast amongst juniors and amongst the colleagues. Real understanding of situation comes with optimum self-confidence, believe in self, and believe in abilities of others. That also comes with confidence. So we differentiate here that a manager who learns to micromanage things, because that manager doesn't believe in abilities of others. That manager or head of the department thinks that he or she only knows everything and others are just about to follow. So such people also lack confidence. If anyone is practicing something like that, they need to check their level of confidence. Planning and developing attitude comes from confidence, because such people who are confident, they are generally considered well planned, and they have developing approach. They believe in building. So they don't believe in managing things. Managing means things have already gone wrong and then we are trying to manage. They develop the way that it can be taken in a very light manner with anyone. Like anyone can handle that situation. And they always lead with integrity, because honesty and integrity is their first value and the most strongest value that comes their way with ease. So confidence also enables us to understand the power of group dynamics. We understand the group dynamics, who is good at what and who is not so good at something. So they learn to play with each other's strength. They learn to pool in the resources very well, and they play with this group dynamics to achieve their organizational goals. And team cooperation comes with self-confidence, definitely. If a person is confident, that person gives confidence to others, and they believe in cooperation. So many a times we have observed that some people, they are not very cooperative in nature. They think if I help this person will move or go ahead than me. So that kind of insecurity prevailing in people who are not so confident. But confident people, they always display this team cooperation and coordination amongst team member comes with means real ease, I would say that. So, and they are value driven, they display value driven approach. High level of productivity is seen in such kind of organization, and people are also very productive if they are confident, because they know how to get the things done, how to pitch in at the right opportunity. And the confident people have this eye to see the opportunity, pitch in the opportunity, and if no opportunities are there, they know how to create opportunity. That is the uniqueness of confident people. And high standard of wellness practice is seen in confident people. So they don't only believe in professional growth, they believe in all-round growth of organization, all-round growth of the person. So they all keep advising, or they keep showing things to their colleagues and people who are going through tough time or who are going through stressful time, and to make them realize the importance of wellness practice. So that is the quality of such heads, such organizational leaders who are really confident in themselves. So I would like to mention here that confidence is silent. Insecurities are allowed. They are loud. So what are the biggest insecurity of life? For some people, it is death, and for some people, financial insecurity. For some people, these are relationships. And for some young people or those who are in such jobs where attrition rate is very high, they have the biggest insecurity in their life is losing job. Seeing colleagues doing better than self, that is enviousness. That is also one of the insecurity, and that is not considered as insecurity, that is considered as negative emotion. But whatever it is, but it is only because of lack of confidence. Losing the best friend, that is also one of the insecurity with some people. Losing popularity and image on social media, that is another biggest insecurity for some people. But what are the reason of these insecurities? Insecurity of death, finances, and most of the human, they have this insecurity, that is death, a relationship. They are always scared that his wife or her husband would be cheating on them, or some sort of relationship crisis. They always find and they see what are the reason. The biggest reason, the biggest insecurity of life is lack of confidence, lack of self-confidence. The person who lacks confidence, that person gets all these insecurities of life. So a person who has optimum self-confidence, that person has this realization, whatever has to happen, it will happen. And they believe in their ability and they trust others. That comes handy with confident person. So when we look at this picture of this small child, we believe that this child has been raised as a very confident person. This child has never been given too much of instruction. This is what it shows. And the child has been left to experiment with the things. So here in our society, this doesn't happen. So I would like to mention here why confidence builds confidence in others. So when we are confident, we display certain values and integrity through our action. And that action speaks louder than the words. That gives confidence to the other person. Yes, this person will be able to do whatever is demanded by the situation. That is the biggest thing it comes. And when we talk about entrepreneurship, whenever we meet our client, this is one of the most important ingredient, that you are confident, that is okay. But are you able to give confidence to others? Are you able to give this confidence to your parents who are sending their children to school as a head of the school? Are you able to give this confidence to them that their children will be safe and sound in your school? So this is one of the quality of a confident person. They don't only feel confident, but they give confidence to others. They give confidence because they show that comfort level with the task. and they show blind trust in system and self. Their goals are aligned with the organizational goal. That is the biggest advantage of confident person. And they try out new things and they explore new things. So power skills are real power to be on track. And it is one of the important skill which has to be brought in system from at the grassroots level. Now, why I am using this word at grassroots level, we need to take care of all stakeholders. So suppose it is an institute or school, we have to educate our teachers, our academic in charge, everyone with this power skills. And at the same time, the leaders, school leaders, to be equipped with this power skills. They need to sensitize heads of the institution to implement at grassroots level, be the role model to display professional attitude and work ethics. Work ethics, professional attitude, all these are taken or considered one of the important skill and attitude in professional domain. So encourage intercultural diversity and career management. Now, I would mention in the question and answer session about career management, why I'm using this word career management. I would like to give an example or case study, a child, a young boy who was raised with lot of instruction provided by the parents, because parents were well educated and they were considered gazetted officer. So they send their children to a biggest, very good school where teachers also give good number of instruction, and they were after the child should not make any mistake, the child should not fail in anything. This child grows up as an adult who lacks confidence, who has no ability to take any right decision. And this child always wants someone to hear or someone to instruct things for the next activity. The other child who has been raised without much interference and instruction provided by the parents and teachers, because parents were not educated, they were not even 10th class passed. So they placed complete trust in the school and complete trust in the child, because the child felt better, well placed than the parents, because the child started learning things on their own. The child started experimenting things on their own. This child grows as a very confident person, does well in the life, this child is able to take right decision at the right time, and he doesn't need any assistance and guidance throughout the time. So what I would like to say, who display better decision making skills and confident and personality? Definitely case 2, the child who was not raised with too much of interference and instruction. So what lesson we learn? That as children are small, we try to keep them safe, we try to give them right instruction at the right time, we are after them. So I personally feel that this is one of the most important thing to learn from this case study for all school stakeholders as well as the parents, not to be after their children, leave them for some time. Yes, guide them, but at the not too much interference is required, because such children actually grow up as a very not underconfident personality, and their personality is not very to the mark that they can take up any challenges in their life. That's all for today. And I would like to mention here, self-esteem builds self-confidence, reflect before it's too late. So we need to take care of our self-esteem. If we have something has gone wrong in childhood, we need to correct it now when we have become adult and when we are aware about this. For this, we need to be self-aware of our about ourselves. That is the most important thing. I would like to say here, if you want to know me, please log into LinkedIn. You can use this QR code, and aspirationmatters.com, that is my website. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. So if there is any question, please let me know, Praveena.
Yes, ma'am. There are a couple of questions lined up here. I'll go one by one.
Okay.
The first question is, what are the main reasons why training sessions can go wrong?
Okay. Lack of preparation, lack of understanding about the audience, what kind of audience are there. We are not aware of their choice. We are not aware of their expectation. So today's training session, I did not mention what are our expectation and what are our objectives, because I mentioned it yesterday. So thinking that, I started that. But definitely a training session, a trainer must ask, what are your expectation if the session is in interactive mode? If it is in webinar form like today, so the trainer finds it out through a person who is going to conduct the session, or who is the bridge between the trainer and the organization.
Right, ma'am.
I hope I clarified your answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Question, sorry.
Right. Can you close your PPT and expand
Yes,
please?
yes.
Right. Yeah. Just a second. So you have spoken about one case study, but they want to know more, I guess. Tell me about a successful learning intervention you implemented.
I implemented in my life.
Yes.
Very good question. So when I was a teacher, I used to understand the children very well. That is one of the thing. And whenever I went to the class, I went blank in the sense I never tried to find out the history of the child, because each one of us grow and evolve every single day. So once you get to know this child is very notorious or very naughty, these are the words which are used at the staff level. So it sets in your mind and it creates halo and horn effect. That is not very that's very bad for the growth of the child, and it's not good for the relationship building. So that is one thing I always did. Another thing that I always believed in, telling the rules, or explaining the rules on daily basis in the first period, that what are the rules of the life. So every day I would mention one or two rules of the life, and I would ask them, okay, what happens if we break the rule? So they would come up with a lot of solution that, ma'am, if I break this rule, I'm coming to school late, or going out when the class is going on, I will miss my lessons, then I will get into the problem. These are the things which used to come from the children. And the last period, I, as a class teacher, always did this mental mapping, that we used to close our eyes, we used to meditate for some time, and we would do that. Okay, what we did when we came to school in the first period, okay, what happened in the second period, what happened in the third period. So this is how it was, like a mental mapping. So you have closed your eyes, you have closed the book, and with the eyes closed, you are seeing the whole sequence, what happened in past. So it gives very good perspective. It becomes like a revision for a day, and it gives practice to a speaker, that when you are going to speak, what are you going to visualize? So how you walk on the stage. So this is a very good practice. I always believed in power of prayer. So in each class, as a class teacher, on daily basis, we used to pray for a minute or 2 minutes every day without fail. So children learn this, to hold on to somebody, because this is a human tendency. We need someone to say our things, to get a hold. So when we pray, we start believing in ourselves. So that is another walk towards spirituality. So spirituality is not religion, but it is about believing in yourself, believing in your own values, what you are. So these things I did, other than activities and all those things. But yeah, I was very experiential learner, and I try to inculcate this in my students.
Good to know, ma'am. So what key performance indicators do you use to determine whether training was effective or not?
So suppose I won't be able to do that particular thing here, so I can't take this example here. So when I go to some corporate or some institution, and we have discussed so many things, and then we prepare a lot of questions, and we give it to their supervisor or whosoever is dealing with that particular team or respective team, and they go through those quiz. So when in the beginning of the training, we have conducted a quiz, they have answered. And then again, after conducting the session, around 15 days after that, they again go through those same quiz. And then we see the difference. Okay, it is a difference in their behavior. It is difference in their thought process. They have started cooperating with each other. They are better placed at personal level. Personal level means they are into some routine. They believe in schedule, and self-discipline comes after that training session. That is one of the most important thing happen. So I use this parameter like quiz and questioning, probing through their supervisor and people, because we cannot go every day. If I am mentoring the person, then I keep taking feedback through probing, questions, and quiz.
Yeah. So how would you address employees who are resistant to change?
That's the biggest thing, because they are not aware. They are very, this happens even during mentoring also, because they are used to a certain set of values in their life. And that definitely hampers their, I would say, that approach and future. So when it comes to it, it's very tough thing to do. But yes, what we do, okay, whatever you have been doing now, till now, what are you getting? Are you happy and satisfied? So first question I ask them this, that, okay, this is the, then they come up with that, no, ma'am, I am facing a lot of difficulties and problem. Then I ask them, okay, you take 1 or 2 days, sit idle and think what is going wrong in your life, that all these are the result that is you are seeing because of that. And they start at least thinking about these things. Instead of me telling them, you do this, you do that, they will think again that I'm again another spiritual leader who is speaking all these things to believe in. So I ask them to just, you go through and understand, if something is wrong, you feel that something which is not right, then please find out what is going wrong in your life. So that is what I do. But if the person doesn't have realization that something is going wrong, okay, because they believe in blame game, then that becomes very difficult. And slowly and gradually they feel very alienated, and that is the time they start feeling they really need to change. So these things I am telling that I don't have the right answer about it. It is very situational and very personal, and it has to be dealt in a different manner. I can't give only one solution for such type of problem.
True, I agree too. So how has your education prepared you to be a training specialist?
Okay, that's a very good question. So I had been all-rounder student, and with my studies, I was in NCC. I used to be participate in sports, cultural activities, so debates, all these things during my school time. After school time, I took science, so I never found any time for this. When I became teacher at the age of 24, and that was the first time I realized, oh no, I have a fantastic skill in me that I can give back. And that happened for the first day when I went to the school after becoming a teacher, first day, and students felt very happy. And I was not very good at maths, so I found a lot of difficulty in learning maths. So when I became a teacher, I used to take care of that. I never used to take pencil and paper in the first go. We would discuss a lot of things, taking real life examples. These type of things I used to do in my class, and that used to create curiosity amongst children and interest. So once they started liking me, they were curious and they were interested, then half of the work was done. It was like I was like a winner. It was win-win situation. So that gave me some sort of perspective that I am good at training. And when I did my SWOT analysis before starting this program, that was the time I realized that what are my strengths. Then I realized mentoring, coaching, and guiding, these are the skills that is God gifted in me, and I must take forward this particular skill in a for the larger picture, larger, I would say that for the big mass. So that was the main idea. And I won't say that my education prepared me to become a trainer, but yes, my education provided me opportunity to participate in various activities. So my stage fear had gone. I was very confident person as a student and as a learner. I never feared if someone tells that, okay, you go and do this. I never feared that, okay, do I know? Will I be able to do it? This never came to me. I always felt, okay, I will go and I will be able to handle. That was my thing. So that came as a student, as a child, I would say that. And I continue with that.
Good to know. So have you worked with schools to conduct training workshops for the staff?
I have not worked with the schools as of now. I am planning to do it in 2023. And because I also needed a lot of case studies and, things to go ahead. That was the main reason.
Okay. So in your experience, what is the right age group to train for these skills?
There is, I would say that it must start when the mother is carrying the baby in the womb, right? That is one of the age. If someone has missed it, or the right age when the child becomes 2 years, 2.5 years, we need definitely different kind of approach when we are handling such children. If that opportunity has been lost, then definitely it must start before 4 or 5 years, then 8 years, then 10 years. And if everything has been lost, once the person has become adult, that is the time one should definitely pay attention towards this. If a leader is 40 plus, definitely that person should go for this training, because realization is the first step. Once the person realizes, no, I lose temper. So most of my mentees, they come that, Neelima, I don't have self-control. I don't have, I become very aggressive. I lack compassionate behavior. So, the realization is very important. So I would say that there is no right age, but yes, this is very important for the mother who is carrying a child. This is very important for a person who has to do well in the life. So it all depends upon situation. So schools can take a call to start it when the child is just 4 or 5 years, when the child goes to class 1, 6 years. So that is also the right age through value education, or you can name it differently. Interesting name can be given for this.
Right. The mother is the first teacher for the baby.
Yes. It is not only the first teacher. What the mother thinks when the child is in womb,
right or wrong,
the child becomes the same. So if mother is unhappy with the mother-in-law and she is only thinking about the mother-in-law, the traits of the mother-in-law is going to come in that child.
Right. Right.
Okay, so this is one example I'm giving. That is why it is the most important thing to shed your baggage and take the life as it is. And to shed that baggage, you need power skills.
Okay. Yeah. So do you think children may be too young an age group to train on these skills, as they are not yet mature enough? You just explained this, but I had to read it out to you since somebody asked.
Can you explain the question?
Yeah. Do you think children may be too young an age group to train on these skills, as they are not yet mature enough?
See, when you are training small children who are very young, they are not understanding their own language. The technique and method is very different to train them. We can't teach them communication skills, but definitely we can teach them how to tell a story, how to express that particular incident. That is the training of communication skills. How to help others. That is, again, we are teaching them human skills. How to be compassionate if someone has not got the tiffin, how we can share our things if someone needs help. If someone doesn't know particular thing to do, how that other child can teach that particular child to do that particular thing, that is collaboration. So here we are not teaching them as a power skills or soft skills. We are teaching them normal, small things like cooperation, collaboration, helping each other, attitude of kindness, attitude of compassion. These are, if some child, and during inclusive education, we have children who are gifted children. Now, if the normal children, they are helping them, that is what we are teaching them, how to be compassionate. And it is a very slow and gradual process. If organization decides about it, and it can be taken in a very nice manner. Now, all these institutions, they will tell, we have a lot of activities. So you think that activity is really helpful, or that activity is just to show off and put it in the website? So one has to be truly honest to self that it is really working or it is just to show off. So that demarcation has to be made.
Okay. So when you have to hire other trainers, what qualities do you look for?
See, for the trainer, that particular trainer should be able to display all the quality what they are going to preach. Suppose if I speak that we need good communication skills, am I able to communicate my thoughts the way you want to understand? Am I be able to be kind with others? Am I understanding person? Now that can be seen in a person within 5 minutes, 10 minutes of interaction. What is their approach in life? What are they doing? Okay, what are their delivery system? Are they only speaking, or are they making others to do things? Those things matter a lot. How you are facilitating others to take decision, or are you imposing your decision that, okay, I am a trainer, I know this is to be done, you do this. So this is very important thing.
Right, ma'am. So that ends the question answer round. School Journal of Education and schoolreformer.com. Thank you for the talk and for patiently answering all the questions. And this is the first time we have conducted one session into 2 parts. Thanks for coming again 2 times. We also thank the audience for participating in the event and asking the questions to the speaker. We'll end this session now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Praveena. Thank you.